Alright guys, happy New Year's. This video is probably going to come out a lot later, but still, best wishes to all of you guys. I figured out how to 3D print this part. This is the clutch alignment tool that I was missing last weekend. So I found this STL file. If you want it, it's going to be in the description if I don't forget putting it there. Otherwise, ask me in the comments. I just had to use some clear tape. This part fits great. This part was a little bit loose, but now with the tape it is quite snug. So I will try and do the clutch assembly right now. The other thing that I've noticed, that is my Getrag. This is the ZF. This is the ZF fork, which, as you can see, has a decent bit of wear on the fork. It has probably seen more miles than whatever my Getrag had, because this was a second-hand Getrag off of a crashed car. This is my Getrag fork, and it looks to have less wear. You can see that the ZF one is longer, and I don't know if that's going to give me any sort of issue, but I would rather use my Getrag fork because the ZF fork has seen more use. So yeah, I think I'm going to try this. They share the same part number as well. I suppose the most important thing is like the length from here to there, and it has to be the same. So I'm going to measure it, because that will rest on the pin that's in there that I'm going to be replacing, and then it would also touch the slave that comes out. So I guess the measurements have to be the same. So I'm going to measure it right here. Then I'm going to let all of the ATF out of this box. Then I also have this. This is the seal that is supposed to seal the clutch side of things to the inner workings of the box. For this seal to go in, this assembly has to be taken off. I don't know in what condition it will be. I also don't know if it's exactly the same, so I will visually inspect that first before changing it. And yeah, I think before touching anything trans-wise, I'm going to do the clutch assembly. If there is anything interesting or anything you should know, I will let you guys know, of course. I put the plate for the starter on already. I have a new dowel right here. The old dowel was fine there. As I probably previously mentioned, I have a new pilot bearing in there, a new rear main seal, and now I am unpacking the clutch. So they come balanced. If you get this set, they have black markings, but just to make it more clear for me, I've marked it. So you need to mark the pressure plate, you need to mark the flywheel, the spacer plate, and they all have to go in the same way you got them, because they got pre-balanced. So take note of this when doing it yourself. I've got the flywheel on. There's one bigger hole for the dowel. They come with shorter bolts because this flywheel is single mass, and of course it's less thick than the dual mass flywheel. I use this bolt to get the flywheel over the dowel, and to me it looks like it engages at the very top of the bolt where there's no Loctite. This looks like to be a paste kind of Loctite. I'm going to apply my own just to be sure that there is Loctite across the whole bolt and not just the part where it doesn't really thread in. So there we go. And these have to go to 140 Newton meters, which is kind of weird because all the other bolts only go to 105, but it states here use Loctite for bolt and 140 Newton meters. Don't use the dual mass bolts because the bolts are too long, so we're doing just that. I looked at a video and it looks like the paste kind of Loctite is stronger than the liquid type, so this is past like the expiry date, but I don't think it matters all that much. But I'm going to get me a new set of the paste type. And there we go. That's all of them. And now I guess they go to 140 Newton meter. I'm just going to tighten these by hand at first. Okay, this should all be 80. Alrighty then. Well, unfortunately, the expensive one isn't working. Maybe it's due to the cold, I don't know. It's been freezing for a couple of days. I will put it inside and see if it acts better after that. But yeah, I'm going to have to rely on this. This only goes to 100, so I'm currently, yeah, pretty effed if you ask me, because I know that all the other torque wrenches aren't really up to par. So yeah, we're in the same situation as the head bolts, but I'm gonna go ahead and torque to 100. It has to go to 140, so I know that I'm still good. So we're going to torque these all up to 100, and yeah, then I'll see whatever happens. Alright, so the digital torque wrench set inside for a bit. I have it set to 140, I hope. I'm going to tighten this a little better. It's already quite good. I'm going to try and torque so I can see the reading. Let me mark them just to be sure. Awesome. And there we go. So that whole thing took me 2 hours just because of this one right here that wasn't working properly. Oh yeah, good thing I'm cleaning it. Probably has some type of oil on there so that it doesn't corrode. So the way I disassembled this was pressure plate first. This has 1 dot. This clutch disc has 2 dots, as well as they marked it previously here. Spacer plate, 3 dots right here. So yeah, I unpacked it like this and then marked it, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the flywheel. So now we work in reverse order. So this is 4, 3 has to go on. Doesn't really matter in what order, I suppose. Well, this has to go inside, since everything I took off I was able to read it, so this I should be able to read as well, like that. And then this with the part that I'm able to read as well, like here. Let me just see. Maybe it's not a bad idea to actually clean this one as well. This one faces this right here, and there we go. And then we have the second disc, and we will need the tool. Where did I put the tool? Put it right here. And there we go. And we need to find the pilot bearing. And there we go. I will just mark my alignment tool to be sure that it is bottomed out. So, because this is the first time I'm doing this, I don't know if it's actually like good inside of the pilot bearing. So let me take this one off. And this looks to be aligned. It's in there completely. There we go. And now it's time for the pressure plate, I suppose. I'm just cleaning it right now. As you can see, it's quite dirty. And there we go. Now let's put it back where it was. Right there on the dowels. Sits on every dowel. There we go. Now we can tighten it. So unfortunately, in these instructions and also on the videos, there's no instruction. This is in Polish and it like notes the bolts, but there's no torque spec to them. I've seen people online do the twin plate install with the pressure plate, and they usually torque it to around 27 Newton meters, so that's what I'm going to do. I will just do star pattern here with the hand, I suppose, and like get it sucked on there, and then I'll do 27 with this one because I know this one's good. So let's do that now. Let's try and do it by hand at first. It also needs Loctite. True, I almost forgot that. I'm gonna use the same paste Loctite so that these pressure plate bolts don't come loose. We are on the dowels. Yes sir, ski. And we have everything lined up as it's supposed to be, so. And it is set to 27 Newton meters, so I think we are all good now. My first clutch kit ever installed. Boom. And now when looking at it, it should be lined up. Well, there's no other way with the alignment tool. It is lined up. Yeah, sure is. Perfect. Cool. My legs don't work anymore from sitting crouched. Oh boy. I'm gonna clean up, see if I can do the seal on the transmission. I still need to fill it up with ATF, but I would like to put it on, so that's another thing that's done for now. But cleaning up. Be right back. So I have removed the stubby. I put the ZF gearbox here against the wheels. So let me try and show you. This looks kind of grimy and disgusting, which leads me to believe that it might maybe leak, or it might have leaked. Also, this part looks disgusting, and I don't really think that anything can get in there because it's like tightened. So I'm going to try and change it. I have no idea how I will get this out, but yeah, I'll try, I guess. Okay, not gonna lie, it came out pretty easily. I looked at a video on YouTube. They drilled a hole through the seal and then just used vice grips to take it out, and it went pretty easy. It just came out like that. So something is telling me it wasn't sealing super well, I guess. Let's just have a look if this is the same. Looks to be the same. Okay, so this goes on like that, and it just has to go in there evenly, I suppose. Okay, now we need to go across. And there we go, I can hear it bottom out, so I think we are a Gucci. Alright, well, it's in there. I cleaned this up a little bit with a bit of Scotch-Brite because it has some debris on it, or had some debris on it. So now this sits here. I don't know if there's an orientation to this. I don't think so. Not sure how I took it off. Probably something like that. Maybe like that. No. I cleaned the bolt threads because they were dirty, and it looked like they had some Loctite on there. This is M6. Everything engine wise in M6 has been 10 Newton meters. So I'm going to apply a little bit of Loctite, and I'm going to drive those up to 10 Newton meters. Still need to replace this plastic and the spring. Not 100% sure how that works. This is the old one. Is it threaded on? I should look into this. I have no clue actually. This is the spring. There's no threads. No, so it just fits in then. Let's put the new throwout bearing here. Let's try and pry it out. Okay. Well, wasn't as hard as I thought. I know there's brass or like aluminum upgrades for this, but I couldn't really find one, and the plastic one doesn't really seem that destroyed. So does the one in my Getrag. It's also not destroyed, so I don't think it's really an issue, but perhaps if I ever take the box off again. Okay, so I have the new one right here. It doesn't look new anymore. And I have the older one right here. You can see that the tip is rounded off and the new one isn't. I couldn't get this to bottom in its right position. When I measured this, it's exactly 10 mil, and this is larger than 10 mil. And it also doesn't really have like a decent form to it, so I filed it down somewhat. All right, I got the new one on, the new spring on as well. I don't know why, but for some reason it was super hard to get it on. Like, I split this wood. You can see it's the whole imprint of it. And I split this wood as well. I didn't want to destroy the plastic, so I used wood. Maybe it was too soft, I don't know. But I used the file to file it down just a little bit, and then some sandpaper. And still I split wood. So last thing I tried was use this extension, put it on, and just hammered it on. And now it's on there pretty snug. So trying to get it out with the vice grips actually damaged the plastic somewhat, but I think that we are still good. This rotates around, it's not coming off. I think we're good here, but yeah, honestly, another job with more pain in the ass than was necessary, honestly. So this is in gear. Yeah, this is in gear now. I'm going to use some grease to grease up everything that's necessary, put the fork on, and then I think it's time to put the trans on. Okay, so currently I have my Getrag fork in the ZF. Everything is lubed up, the splines, that one, the truss bearing or the throwout bearing right here is on the fork. I've got the new pin right there holding it in place, so I guess I'm good to go and mount it on the engine. Alright, so I got my girlfriend here to help me with the tranny because my back is broken already. Just going to mark the pressure plate bolts that I've already tightened. Alright, let's grab set transmission. Alright, so apparently I didn't really line it up with the tool good, but now I loosened the pressure plate, redid everything, and it seems to be perfect, so I hope it goes on now. I torqued the bolts back up to 27 Newton meters. We're going to mark the bolts again. I redid blue Loctite. I find 27 quite a low number, but I suppose it's like that. Boom. Like that. I lost me a clip. Oh, what am I doing? This goes here. Okay, so let's give this another shot, I guess. Okay, take 4. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's get some bolts in. Well, I thought today I was going to be done much faster, but apparently nothing goes to plan as usual. But I'm happy I am here. Without the struggle, I wouldn't learn a thing, so there we go. Top one, bottom one, cannot lose those. This goes here, and then that one goes there, and then there was a small one. What did I do with the smaller one? I think this just screws into the plate, or does it go on the other way around? I guess. I actually don't know.